Welcome to the Maiden of the High Seas. Didn't have time to put a background down. Y'all can deal with it.
I've just seen Cease's DM name for tonight. I'm worried.
All of the horror.
I need 10 seconds.
Did I accidentally... Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. It's like, did I accidentally close out the map?
I pushed
What
just
the hell?
5.
Trying to get some humanoid tokens on here, so bear with me here. I try to make this look like, you know, people actually work here.
The other funny aspect with the cats is we bought some of these, like, disposable litter boxes for the cats that are outside currently. And our cats have decided that those are the best beds, so I had to get 2 extra sets for them because they will not use any other beds now. Ridiculous animals we have.
I moved Nell's bed off my desk. How dare I? So I moved Nell's bed off my desk, thinking she'll figure it out. She'll be fine. And I put it like in one of the warmest spots in the house, which is right next to the mini fridge in the office.
Right, but not right next to you.
Not up high enough.
Ah, okay.
That's what that is. Not up high enough. So she's still down at dog level. How dare I? I'm the meanest mom ever. So now she doesn't want to use her bed. When we're looking. If I'm not looking, she'll use her bed.
And then as soon as you look, she'll get up out of it.
Yeah, if she's awake and I pay her any attention, she's nope, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm like, really? You weirdo?
That's so funny.
There's technically more people than that. I don't know if I want to keep placing tokens. I'll put a bunch more. All right. So, last week you guys made it onto the ship. I don't know that you guys did much else other than get on the ship.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, we had to wait around for the captain.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we even picked quarters or anything like that. I think we just got on the ship and it was pulling out.
Yeah.
I think you are correct.
I vaguely remember some kind of shenanigans in town, but I don't remember what shenanigans.
I don't even remember.
You went rumor hunting.
Oh yeah! That was fun.
Yeah, this now it looks a little bit more like an active ship. I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, he can stay there.
I guess there's beds in the brig, huh? Okay.
Do what?
On the bottom
Yes.
boat, there's a line that points to brig, but the line is pointing at a bed. So my brain was confused for a second.
No,
Or
it's
the line
whole...
ends at a bed.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make... I don't know. We'll make this guy the captain. I don't know.
Yeah, he's very important, clearly.
Clearly, it's important.
Oh, did the captain of the other ship end up dying, or did he get out in a fancy way and save some people?
The one that you guys died in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he died too. Y'all like the whole ship like.
Yeah, I was hopeful that he did something fancy and at least got him and a couple people out.
No, he got rendered unconscious. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. So they have pulled anchor and they are headed towards Lakota. There wasn't much conversation other than I'm the captain, welcome aboard. If I remember right. It's been 3 weeks, so my brain's a little foggy. Is there anything anybody wants to do now that you are officially on the ship and you've basically just been told, welcome to the ship? Oh, that's nice. Nobody has nothing that they want to do. Beautiful. Okay.
All this plan was to hide in a bucket till we get to where we're going.
I was gonna say, somebody talked to somebody before we got on.
Yeah, I talked to the navigator whose name is something. Yep. Nelwyn. I think that's the guy at the wheel.
That is this guy right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sorry, I was exploring the map when you pinged the captain. Which one was the captain? Okay. And before I get into anything, do we actually know the specific arrangement that happened that got us this free ride?
Nope.
Yay. Surprises!
Okay.
It was the guy at Camp Tesnery arranged it, is all we know.
Yeah, the mayor at Camp Tesnery.
Wait, you said the mayor at Tesnery, not the...
Yeah, it was the mayor who made the arrangements. He sent somebody ahead to hold the ship so that you guys could get on because they had shipments going over to Lakota on their ship.
Oh. Oh, man. Well,
That is very audible. Yes.
I'm personally, I don't think I've probably been on a ship like this before, so I'm just gonna kind of like stay in the middle of the ship at the moment, just kind of nervously stamping my hooves around every now and again. Until I get direction of where I should go, because I feel out of
If
place.
I remember right, I believe Nyack went up to the crow's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I had been up with this other guy, but Captain, if you have a moment.
He has several bits of parchment that he's got in his hands. He's looking over them. Yeah, I can spare a quick minute. What do you need?
We're thankful for the passage, but you'll forgive the questioning of the arrangement. Exactly what was provided that got us onto this boat?
Oh, you don't know. I guess it would make sense. It doesn't really pertain to you aside from safe passage. But we'll be receiving, well, shall we say, several things that will turn the tides in the upcoming war.
Excuse me.
You're excused?
You're receiving things for war.
Correct.
Which war?
Are you feeling okay?
As well as one can, getting their sea legs.
I'm just checking, because we've been at war for at least 5 years, probably 10 years now.
The conflict with the dragons, perhaps a difference in wording. I'm with it.
Sorry, I guess with your heritage, you view it as a conflict, where we view it as a war.
That's a fair assessment.
I apologize for not speaking so clearly. I will work on being more blunt. My wife yells at me that I'm too blunt, so I try to be a little more polite.
Yes, I can see how that would be helpful, but sorry, I'm now watching children.
That's okay.
I see. And are you just a transport, or are you part of some larger effort?
Definitely part of a much larger effort.
I see. And where we are going, I'm told it's on fire, yet you're receiving something great.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it will turn the tides of this war.
And is it something that is this going to be it here?
What? I'm not understanding what you mean.
Are we going to be engaging in a massive affront when we arrive?
Oh, no. In fact, all I've currently received is the deed handing over said items. So, thankfully, they are currently held safe at Lakota, so I will be able, when I drop you off, to acquire the items I need to, well, like I said, hopefully see some progression for our sake.
I see. Thank you, Captain. Don't believe everyone seemed to just stand at attention when you arrived. No one seemed to address you verbally. I must have missed your name.
You know his name. This is Halbjorn. Because that's who you were looking for, was Ronan Halbjorn.
Okay, my fault. I thought he was just like the person who was directing us.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's okay. I may not have been clear.
Okay, right on.
Like Ron Halbjorn.
Yeah. Then I'll be interested to see how this does if your estimates are true.
Well, and he gets really quiet, so like you have to really strain to hear what he's saying. It's not very often we're given the opportunity for a peaceful race to join our fight and to have such a wager enter the battlefield will turn the tides immensely.
Growing up, despite heritage, it was always told to be kind, for when you anger, people will take you seriously. If you are always unkind, no one will actually believe you want peace.
What do you know of the current war?
There are several areas with infestations, dragons.
Okay.
I know that there are non-dragon co-conspirators, conspirators that work for their own needs and use the dragons as the vessel, and some true believers, but the tide of the war, how it fares, I know not.
So as as rumors go, as you've heard, do you know if there's any dragons that are not currently in the war?
I do not. Mostly trying to that would not be characteristic.
We have found a brood of dragons that are not interested in war. In fact, their only interest is money.
That tracks.
Yeah. Well, they owe a very large favor to our young mayor, who has kept their secret and kept them safe and out of the war for these past, I think it's been 8 years. Might be longer. My brain's a little, oh, well, no, it's definitely longer. Anyway, doesn't matter. He has given me the token of their favor owed to get them to join on our side and fight against their own kind will turn the tides of this war. Everything will shift.
There's a lot of trust in that statement, and I can't say that I share it.
You know that a dragon, well, anybody really, cannot go back on a vowed word, especially when it's been magically tied to someone or something in this matter. And the broodmother swore on the life of all the children of the brood that the entire family line would honor this agreement. If they needed help, we could call on them. This is a secret that's been kept by several of us. There's like 6, 7 of us. And, well, let's just say the only person not willing to vote to call on them was the mayor at Camp Tessery. I don't know what you guys did to convince him that this is what we needed to do, but to you I am thankful. Because his only agreement was to get you guys to Lakota.
I see. Do you know where they are now?
I do.
See. I hope this works, Captain.
Well, at the rate the other broods are replicating, breeding, if you will, if it doesn't work, we'll be wiped out in about 50 years.
We did, unfortunately, see many young when we visited Vinla.
Do you remember what kind they were?
Of course. I pull out a journal and need a second.
He waits very patiently.
Ah, here it is, the note that I'm looking at. Crystal.
That makes sense. The caves at Vinla would be like pristine for hatching for them. I don't want to know how many eggs they have, how many clutches they have down in those caves now. Was it only Crystal, or did you see others there as well?
Only.
Interesting. You know, a year ago, it was Bronze that was there. Fascinating that Crystal's taken over.
More than a dozen during our brief time that we saw.
Makes me wonder, are we seeing the transition that they're sharing the space and moving other broods in so that they can begin to breed as well, because it is prime breeding in those caves as hot as they are? Or are we seeing fighting where they ran the Bronze out and the Crystal have taken over? Kind of hope it's the latter, because that means that they had to reduce in size, some of them, to be able to overthrow that area. Because if it's the former, we're screwed. Crystal, you say? What do we know about Crystal? You see, like, it looks like gerbil wheels running through his brain as he like pulls a quill out of like his back pocket, and he like just licks it to dampen the little bit of ink that's on there and scribbles real quick. You have to excuse me. I need to go
Yes,
research something now. Your information is amazing, and I'm thankful for it. Thank you. Thank you. And he like runs off into like towards his quarters.
Good day.
And with that, he is gone.
Apparently, not all dragons want to be in this fight. No, go away. Why? Well,
Hello, doggo.
I was gonna say I should just barely see a little bit of a tell in the background.
bottom.
Oh, 2 doggo. There you go.
And there are also 2 cats floating.
All the animals.
I'm assuming Dante was talking to the group.
Yeah, I just would have approached them again after. So.
You say that, and then immediately I look at you and I'm like, how long are we going to be on this ship?
I did not ask.
Okay. You notice she just seems very agitated.
Yes, I'm told that the statement they call this is finding your legs.
My legs are right here. What are you talking about?
From what I understand, it's the difference between how you might use your legs if you're swimming versus walking versus flying.
Why would you use legs flying?
Harley,
Yes.
give me a deck save.
Okay.
No, buddies, get.
Because you have hooves.
I do. Just dex, not acrobatics.
Correct.
Okay. And 21. Oh, that's a cool die.
You have this.
Okay. So this guy here
Uh-huh.
walks over. He has a bucket of something that looks warm and what looks like a miniature mop.
Oh no, is it Olive's bucket?
No.
I was about to say, Olive, why are you in that bucket?
And he sees your hooves slipping on the top deck. Lift them. He points to your feet. That's all he says.
What?
Lift them.
They like carefully lift like one at a time.
So like you lift one and he like hits it with this like mini mop. And he does it to all 4 of your hooves.
Okay.
That should help. And he walks away. That's it. That's all he does.
Do my feet feel like sticky now or something?
A little bit. They're a little tacky.
As he leaves, I just watch him and go, great. I've seen some weirdos in my time, but now we've got somebody with a hoof fetish.
What? She's like, what? As she's still like lifting up her feet, being like,
But you notice you're not sliding.
Yeah. It's weird. It helps, but it's weird.
Think like, have you ever walked into like I always say like the bathroom or like a restaurant or whatever, or even just like their entry vestibule and it's tacky because they put too much soap down? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Radix is like, that's disgusting.
Well, you said you walk into my first
No, that
because
is
we were
really-
talking
it's-
about it before. I was thinking about movie theaters when you walk into
Say-
movie theaters and it's like,
Uh,
The gross movie theater was just a little bit sticky everywhere.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
or
No.
if you're going to those places with like the rubbery style floors where they've got a layer on them naturally that just stops things from sliding,
Mm-mm.
like in hospitals, is the worst.
Oy. But yeah, so he just comes over and makes it so your feet are a little just sticky enough to actually not. If you notice, like before where your feet were hitting, it was actually scuffing some of the wood.
Yeah.
So really, it was purely selfish.
Okay.
But at least now you're able to get some traction while you're walking about.
Yeah. I do like when I walk, like when you put dog booties on a dog, like kind of walking.
Are you doing like the foot shake too?
Yeah.
Love it. Yes. If you don't have it, take inspiration because that's fantastic. I appreciate that. You don't need inspiration. You're just a puppy.
Puppies can have inspiration too.
I said take inspiration, and Maddie lifted her head like me. I get some? No.
I like to be inspired.
You are inspiration. It's fine. You don't need some.
Oh, red dragon dice. That's why I did that. I didn't even know I had those.
Well, there you go. So yeah, so Radix came over, said there's some dragons that don't want to be in the fight, and Arlie's character got stickified. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss or do?
So what's our plan when we get off on the other side?
I don't know if we have one.
Because we've been told to take this boat and go somewhere, but we don't really know why.
I feel like that's in our notes somewhere because I feel like we were told that at some point.
All I remember from the notes is that we were told we needed to go to this place, but I can't remember the reason or purpose for the journey. It's been a while.
Looking, but I can't find anything or recall.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I can't recall any reason. Like,
I don't think we were given anything specific, like, and concrete on it. We were just told that, like, the next step was we have to get there. So go to Taru and take a ship.
Here it is. Agnes, the alchemist, or whatever, had a vision that we must go to the burning tree,
Oh.
Yeah, so we have to go there. We have no idea why.
or what
Okay.
we do when we get there. Yeah.
So when we get there, and then a door magically opens in the tree, we'll figure it out.
Something about, I don't know if it was in the same vision, but a sempiternal had died, and that doesn't happen.
A turtle died?
Sempiternal.
Oh. What?
a sempiternal? Wow. Sucks when people lose fans, I guess.
No, sempiternal is actually a word.
I know, I'm being facetious. I just heard sempiternal and could not resist making a joke.
Yeah. My brain really wants it to be turtle, so.
A sempturtle.
That's it. I'm gonna have to start going with more like less adventurous names here. Y'all are killing me.
It's the curse of every DM.
Alright,
Is it really the DM that's cursed, or is it the players? I'm just saying.
it could be both.
That's a bad combination too.
So, Dante, when you talk to the captain, is there anything we're supposed to be doing while we're on this ship?
I did not ask.
Oh.
for me, I cared about our initial safety, and knowing what got us onto that boat and what lays in their interest was the first thing that came to my mind. Because effectively we got on a boat for strangers, and how?
That's fair. Have any of you been on a boat like this before?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Daldra.
Yeah,
How
but
do
I
you-
snuck into a barrel in the hold somewhere. I made sure they didn't find me.
You stuck on the boat?
I didn't want to pay them.
Well, that's fair. What would have happened if somebody thought it was a bucket with like mop water or something and tried to throw you overboard or something?
I would not have let them.
No. Okay.
I was going to say, can you basically attach yourself to inside the bucket? Like, if someone was to turn the bucket upside down, do you just stay in it?
In theory, Olive could brace against it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just like, can he defy bucket gravity?
Like Olive's not sticky, but every single part of Olive is a grasping surface. So
My brain, like, clearly I'm hungry or something. My brain just went to, like, if Olive's in a bucket, you turn it upside down and Olive doesn't come out, that means that automatically Olive is a blizzard, right?
Or I'm just imagining him coming out like a perfect bucket-shaped form. Of just like when you do Jello, and you lift it up and it's like just holds in place.
So, Taldra, you've been on a boat like this before, right?
Yes, I've traveled around quite a bit.
Are they always so rocky?
Yeah, and it can be worse. You don't want to be caught in a storm out in the sea. Water is a wonderful, beautiful thing that gives life, but it can take it just as easily.
Uh-huh. Okay.
gets real bouncy.
Yes, the water can be bouncy.
Is there some place we should go so that we're not, like, so, I don't know, in the way? I feel like I'm in the way.
I'm sorry.
I suppose we could find hammocks or an area to store our things. Or perhaps, I don't know, if you feel like being helpful, perhaps you could do chores or something, I don't know. And oh, that's the brig.
Hopefully that is not our rooms.
This is what I was investigating earlier when the DM was saying, hey, does anyone have anything to do? I see the, traditional doors and everywhere except for the crew quarters. Doesn't look like there's actually a door.
Where's crew quarters?
So, all right, this door here
Uh-huh.
goes to this door here,
Oh,
which leads into the hallway to access the rooms.
I see.
No, I'm talking, is it the same thing, like...
And then, to get there, there's a door here that accesses a door here.
Yeah, I got that.
And
I just didn't see a door in that area to lead to the crew quarters.
Yeah.
Unless it's
This one here doesn't have a door here.
Yeah.
okay. Well, so
It should be there, but there's nothing on the map.
Yeah, it's under the
Oh,
thingy.
okay.
Like you can barely see like there's the edge of it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Weird logistical thing. Because
It's
I would
all
never
good.
think that the officer mess would want like everyone to walk through there.
Right, yeah.
No, you're good. But if you notice, the officers' quarters is also labeled the party quarters.
Yeah.
Over here.
Ah. Man. VIP. Let's go.
Yeah, you just have
All
to
just needs like a peg to hang their bucket from.
right. You just have to ask for like where do you want us to sleep, and they will give direction.
Okay.
Lifeboats for this ship? What is this, the Titanic?
What's that?
I said there's only 2 lifeboats for this entire ship? That seems not right.
Oh,
The
there's more
Titanic
hidden.
hasn't happened in this world. They have yet to learn that lesson.
There's more. They're just hidden.
Oh,
It's fine.
Right. What do you do? So, yeah.
Okay. No, sorry. My brain just reconciled exactly how this ship works. So, never mind.
Mhm.
That's weird.
Yeah, then I guess I would ask someone, pardon,
You have great fun?
we're traveling with you. Where does everyone stay to sleep?
He's trying to eat my hummus.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm multitasking here. He like so. Hold on. Let's start with this. Which person are you asking?
The person in front of me?
Where are you? Oh, okay. There you go. I'm like, I don't know which human you went to. All these friggin' humans. I put too many tokens down. Yeah. So when you approach him, and you ask like where to sleep, whatever. He's like, I guess through that door there. I guess you're a guest. I don't really know. I just swabbed the deck.
Very well. As you were.
Right.
And I'll like loudly snap my fingers back at the group and point at the door.
And you
And
just like snapped at us and then pointed at the door?
yep.
Okay.
And ooh. I guess I'll just open a door
Okay.
Anybody in this room?
and walk in. I'm assuming there's no one in there.
Nope, you're good.
Get a room? What how does this work?
Say that again?
Do we just each like pick a room? Is that how this works?
I'm taking this room. I'll let you figure out how you'd like to keep comfortable. And I'll just put my chest or whatever in a bag. Yeah, put my bag in a chest.
I thought maybe you meant like your armor or something, and then I was like, wait.
Spectacular packs. Spectacular. And ooh, I wonder if that means we
Can we stop
get the
pooping me?
officer's mess. Sorry.
Maddie has decided now is the time to boop for mom's attention.
Ah,
Mo, what do you need?
attention, obviously.
Obviously. Do you need to go out? Do you want a Kermunch? Boop for Kermunch? Okay.
What?
That's what you wanted. Okay. My dog is addicted to chips.
Like potato chips?
Anything crunchy, really. But
Mm.
yeah, like. So, a friend of mine took me to a Tex-Mex place today,
Mhm.
and they make their tortilla chips in house,
Mhm.
but they don't salt them.
Oh.
Because they serve them like with tons of stuff.
Right.
So you can dip like queso, guac, salsa, Mexican ranch, all kinds of stuff. And so they don't salt the chips because everything else has salt in it, and you just dip away, which is great. But they sent me home with this like triple serving of chips that are unsalted. And I'm like, I'm not going to eat all of these. Thankfully, they're unsalted, so my dogs can eat some.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep, you're cut off. No
I
more.
have just had to remind myself once again that when you say chips, you mean crisps.
No, we mean chips.
I
and
was
you're just
actually imagining a
confused.
dog eating what I
Yeah.
call chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, French fries are also acceptable. She'd eat those too.
No, French fries are the skinny ones.
Doesn't matter. Wedges, all of it. Steak fries.
Steak fries, I think, would be the closest to their chips.
Yep. Like the chips you have with fish and chips. I was just imagining a dog eating those. I was like, huh, okay.
She
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
That's a lot of potato for a pooch.
She loves potato. Just a little much.
Is
All right.
she
My cat.
secretly Irish?
Mhm.
She's an English Mastiff.
Okay,
Oh
this
my
tracks.
God.
This tracks.
Just gonna put that out there.
100% tracks.
All right. Did you just wave at me for another one? I look away and I out of the corner of my eye I see a paw go. Excuse me.
Please,
You
sir.
may-
I want
You
some
may have
more.
said, I'm done, but I do not believe that I am done.
No. She's like, I'll lay here. Maybe you will feed me more. All right. Okay. So, they've shown you guys where the quarters are. You guys got on the boat early in the morning. It did take most of the morning to get the boat loaded and ready to sail. So it is afternoon now. You will be, for your knowledge, character not player, you will be on this boat for 3 days, I think it is. Hold on. Pulling up the travel map.
Oh.
Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. Okay, so you'll be sailing for 2.5 days before you'll reach. Okay, so 2.5 days you'll reach the island, but you won't actually reach the harbor for 3. It's probably the easiest way to put it. So towards the end of it'll be like dusk on day 3 that you guys will be able to reach the harbor for Lakota. Yeah. And I'm actually gonna do your path so I don't forget. Okay. There we go. Okay.
No, that means I'm gonna lose my wings before then.
Sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I forgot he had wings again.
Mm-hmm.
For a brief
Very
time.
nice.
For a brief
Yep.
time.
It was a few days in game, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
I need a button. Okay. As you guys are getting settled into your quarters, give me a perception check. They are slow. Nyack still up in the crow's nest? Go ahead and do your perception at advantage then. Because you would possibly notice before anybody else. Oh, or not. Apparently you're sleepy. So Nyack is busy yawning loudly, and misses this. Beryl is too focused on the stickiness of her feet to be able to pay attention. And Olive is fighting to get their bucket hung just right. And it's just
Gotta
not
have enough swing so that it like swings freely with the rocking of the boat.
right. It can't be against a wall. That just won't work. Everybody else, you hear faintly in the distance a boom. A boom.
Come out. What the hell was that?
I heard that too. I don't think you're supposed to hear things like that at sea.
Sounds like
An explosion?
like a cannon. Or worse. So I'll pop
Can I
out
go
of
up
the.
top and check it out?
Mm-hmm.
I follow.
Basically, walk up to get an idea.
Okay. If you go out on deck, you notice there's no difference. Everybody's still just doing what they were doing before.
Would we, being under below deck, it might have been difficult, but would we be able to figure out which direction the noise came from? Or
If
did
you-
we just hear it in the distance?
You just heard it in the distance, but if you're on deck and it happens again, you would be able to kind of get a better idea.
Okay.
I kind of think of it like when you're in your home and like a firework goes off in the distance. You're not really necessarily.
Yeah. It's just if we knew which direction to start looking.
Yeah, because I don't think I have anything that can.
I'm trying to see if I have anything that
magically assist to find something like that, but
that's what I'm looking at my spell list now for that, because I think
I'll holler over to this guy further up the deck. Was there a massive boom?
I don't know about massive.
Considering it was quiet, but yes.
I mean, there was a sound.
Is that common?
For
I don't sail.
Here it is. Have you?
It sounded like an explosion, a boom.
It's nothing to worry about. It's normal.
things
What
tend
is
to
it?
explode on the sea. That sounds worrying.
Well, it's just gears kicking into place. It's fine.
Can you repeat that? This player didn't hear too good.
Sorry. It's just gears kicking into place.
Like the boat gears?
Yeah.
Or
Just shrug at Dante and like, well, they'll know better than we. They'll know better than we will.
And what do these gears do?
They'll help us rise above the storm.
What?
The clouds. There's a thunder. You really are like green.
I see those clouds.
Yeah, that's a storm, and we don't want to be on the water when the storm hits.
But this is a boat.
It is. It's a very cool boat. It's a very good boat.
Clearly, my understanding of sailing is flawed.
You try not to sail into a storm if you can avoid it.
I understand that, but typically, from my knowledge, you just go around.
It's okay. This is. It's not often people get the chance to be on a ship for battle. It's okay. Where are you guys standing? Hold on.
On the top deck.
Where? Okay, I see where you are. Okay. Yeah. It's totally fine. I would avoid the grates down there. It may not be safe. Just saying. Here in a bit. and you hear a louder boom. This time, you're able to determine it's coming from directly beneath you.
Yes, that's
Ears are onward. Quite squeaky.
I can hear those gears squeaking. Indeed, they're working quite hard. Perhaps they need greasing.
Yes. Those of you still in your quarters, please give me a perception check.
One of these days, I won't royally fail a perception check with a +8 for a 9.
You rolled medicine.
Was it medicine? Oh, thank God.
Do you want to borrow my shield?
It's the same roll, and that's a 3, so I cannot roll perception with all.
Hey, your total is a little better than it was before, though.
Arlie got a 4. Thaldriath, you hear that boom again, but it sounds like it's coming from over this way. Oh, what is it? Oh, I'm drawing. Why am I drawing? Bad computer. There we go. It sounds like it's coming from there.
Like on the outside, I assume?
Yeah, below you.
Oh, below me. I will share that to the 2 people who are still down here.
Do you just shout it out in the hallway?
That was going to be my question.
Just, oh, that sounded like it was from right underneath me, and I'll talk loud.
I'm guessing I'm unlikely to have heard that. Distracted as I am by my hooves or whatever.
It depends. If you're just saying it loudly to yourself, then yeah, you guys probably wouldn't hear her. But if you actively are going to go looking for somebody and be like, "Did you hear that?" It would probably get their attention.
No, I would just say it at like a medium yell.
Okay. Yeah, no, a 4 is not going to get attention. Olive, I will let you decide if you wanted to hear that or not.
I think it's funnier if Olive doesn't.
There. Okay. So this louder noise has happened. Dante and Gloomwalker, you guys see the grate on the floor at the centers start to roll back.
You're talking like here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What in the Thunderbird is this shit?
Thundercats.
No, Thunderbirds, not Thundercats.
No, it's always cats.
What? No, Thunderbirds ago. They used to have panels that moved and things came out. It's great.
Thundercats.
Oh.
Best thing about Thundercats, if you've ever seen it online, is there's a YouTube video with all the outtakes from the recording.
Oh.
Hilarious.
Thundercats
look
are
at that.
on the loose. Thundercats.
I have plans to make a tabaxi based on Snarf.
Oh, yay.
Another tabaxi.
Of
It's
course.
actually, you're now inspiring me to do a one shot, which is just Thundercats.
I support this
that would be
decision.
fun. Yeah, we should do that.
Or actually, no, I'll expand it to all 80s cartoons.
Here comes He-Man.
Rainbow Bright.
My Little Pony. It's a centaur. Oh my gosh. Okay, now that I've scrolled, let's reel back in. The 80s kid in me is exploding.
I'm just
Would the-
imagining like somebody doing a turtle, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and
Would the Care Bears be bugbears?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
that or
horrifying.
as would the gummy bears.
Care Bear
Gummy bears.
stare got
Wait,
jacked.
so where would Smurfs fit into this?
Oh.
They'd just be gnomes.
Oh, they would be
Berries?
deep gnomes.
Oh, deep
They'd
nose.
be Snurflin, or whatever it's called.
Sverf
Never
Niblin.
pronounce it.
Yeah,
That's it.
the surf niblin. Dark Water. Oh my god, can I just say I am so sad that they never did more with Pirates of the Dark Water. Like, that was so good.
You could totally have, what's the construct race called?
Warforged.
That's it. Just totally have Warforged as Transformers. I'll allow it.
I mean, there's also auto gnomes now.
Yeah, I'm totally now going to write this as an 80s cartoon one shot sometime. Give me some time to work on it.
Clearly, you have to be a druid and do the later version where you're actually transforming into beasts and stuff.
Yes.
No, Beast Wars was the
Yeah.
90s. Can't allow it.
Dang it. Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Let's come back to current.
Mild distraction.
It's okay. So you guys have all, a lot of you have heard this loud noise. 2 of you have not. Nyack has not, but you do notice the grate below you moving. Not like immediately below you, but down on the deck. Somewhere on the ship, you hear a very loud, voice yell, "Time for lift!"
Sir,
And you see people frantically running to tie stuff down.
is there anyone in the crow's nest with me? Crap.
Yeah, I'm largely just gonna have like my hands gripping the rail, like trying not to be in the way as people are fleeing downstairs.
Those of you on top deck, or I guess crow's nest, give me a perception check.
That was everyone downstairs again?
Anybody upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Not us.
So that's including me. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I love the shield.
Some good rolls.
You notice that there is a metal bar that runs along the rail of the deck, and you notice that the few staff, we'll say sailors that are still on top deck, have a harness on basically, and they are anchored to this metal rail, and you see them as they move. They disconnect one rope, connect it to the next one, disconnect the second rope, connect it with the first one, and then continue to move around the area. So they have anchored themselves safely to the boat.
Okay.
That's a neat trick.
Still just holding on.
I'm just gonna grab hold of the rail.
The center grate has moved firmly out of the way, and you see a pillar begin to rise out of the center. And as it's rising, you see bits of lightning spark around it as it continues to come up.
I glance over at Whoa. Oh.
What in the fuck is that?
It's like my old stovetop.
I don't think I've ever cooked on anything like that.
I think it's actually labeled as a Tesla coil.
I like holler back at a dude behind us, or I guess up here, and is it actually safe for us to be up here? Is this fine?
Well, you have wings, so it's fine for you. I don't. Can he fly?
You fly?
I don't fly, I'm going downstairs. Fuck this. I'm heading down.
Okay.
I go straight downstairs.
You notice as you... Hold on. First off, what kind of... How long is your hair on the Gloomwalker?
Hang on a second. I did write this down. It's relative, just like a short, just above, just a round jawline, shaggy back length.
You feel like as you're passing this thing in the center, like going around it, you feel it like pulling your hair, and not like tugging, but like lifting it
like
off
it's
of your
lifted.
head.
Like, okay, that's just weird. I'm done with this. Yeah, I head downstairs. I am not about to play fuck around and find out with this thing.
Welcome to r/am
So
I the butthole,
they watch you
where
leave,
an
and they look back to
ex-wife
Dante.
expects
I'm gonna take that as a no, that he can't fly.
Doesn't seem to be no.
If at any point you want to be up here, we would recommend that you grab a harness from the sleeping quarters. There's a chest in there that has full of them, and just get into one to anchor yourself so you don't get blown off with the wrong gust, because we lost a couple people last time. They didn't anchor themselves.
I see.
It's like an undercurrent, only for air. I don't recommend it. Oh, and the air will get a little thin, so don't spend too much time out here. Like, a little bit's fine, but
Right.
it'll get hard to breathe if you're here for too long.
Suppose I'll just watch from a... I want to see this, whatever this is, happen first.
What do you mean?
It is a boat that flies, and that puzzles me.
Look over the edge.
Okay.
You notice you're, like, out of the water already.
Oh shit. Like how high?
Like maybe 6-10 feet. Like you're actually like the base of the boat is like 6 or 10 feet up. Like it's still going, but yeah.
Interesting. That's a neat trick.
Apparently the captain has arrangements with some thunder elemental thing. I don't really understand it.
Oh. Okay. And I'll fly back down to the quarters and is Thaldria actually out in the hallway or in a room?
I was starting to make my way out.
I feel like this is one of the situations where like I opened the door and like you were reaching for it or something.
Yeah.
We're flying.
What?
The boat is no longer in the water.
That is right outside Barrel's door that they're having this conversation.
We are indeed airborne.
Oh, stick my head out. What?
Boat is not in the water.
The boat flies.
That's not normal.
No, I've not experienced that in my travels.
Yet I am being questioned as green and whatever that means, and
Also, there's a lot of electrical currents going on up there.
What
It's
color are
It's quite a hair-raising experience.
what color are Dante's scales?
they're copper with like there's some green like patina in it. Like think of how like a dog ages, where it gets the white around the muzzle first, and yeah, some like creases or whatever.
Okay. I thought there was green involved, but I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. It's kind of miraculous, yet I'm being viewed as if an idiot.
Why?
I thought this was uncommon, and I'm wrong.
I'm fairly certain boats flying is uncommon.
I have yet to be on a boat that does this, but
You have now.
Maybe they're just used to it because they're the crew of this ship.
that seems rational.
Well, great. Now I'm not afraid of drowning. I'm afraid of falling to my death and then drowning.
At least you won't know you're drowning when you hit the water. You'll already be dead.
Yeah.
They say we're doing this so that we don't go through a storm. This seems, while very interesting,
It makes you wonder why they don't fly in the first place.
overboard. Is that an appropriate thing to say? Overboard?
I wouldn't use that term while we're sailing.
Well,
Yeah, it's
we're
very
on
different.
the air now. Are we really still sailing? Are we not flying?
I suppose that word has a lot more weight whenever we're above.
Still on a ship.
Has anyone seen Nyack?
He was on the crow's
Nope.
nest, last I remember.
He can fly. He's fine, I'm sure.
I'll like poke my head out. Is he still up there? Oh. Yes. Where's Olive?
You checked a
I
bucket.
haven't seen all of
It's a
them.
ship. There are many buckets.
Yeah, that's true. Olive! Dear Olive!
Is that how loud you're saying that?
Yes.
I'm not sure that would even carry into the room.
Oh no, she was yelling it, but not like, you know, just yelling it for in the hallway, not for the whole ship kind of yelling.
So I guess I'd hear that.
Maybe.
Your choice.
I'll poke my head out. Yeah.
I found Olive.
We're flying.
Why?
There's a storm coming.
And apparently flying over the storm is better than going through the storm?
Or around.
Yeah.
I just don't want to think about that. I'll get my bucket ready.
I'm with you, Olive. This is weird.
Olive's plan was to hide the entire trip anyway.
So as we're flying now, is there still like a sway to the boat similar to how it was like on the water at all, or what? How does it move? Like, how does it feel like it's moving now?
Extremely smooth.
Okay.
Like you have to keep reminding yourself that you're in the air and moving.
Mm-hmm. Well, on the upside, at least the rocking has stopped. This is better.
The what has stopped?
Rocking?
Oh, yes. I don't know how safe it is to go outside.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay in my room then. That sounds good.
I was informed that staying out too long... God, sorry. The air is very thin. Might be hard to breathe. There's the potential of being picked up by a draft and tossed.
Interesting. Yep. Room time sounds like a good idea. That just sounds like a whole lot of nope to me. I leave my door open, but I just like go and sit in the middle of my floor in my room.
You guys good over there? You're...
Who knows what's going on?
I'm gonna say she looks very confused or something.
Yeah, because it disconnected Syl and I, and now we're reconnected. I have no clue what's going on. No, you just connected to the server twice.
Yeah.
That's because I was restarting my browser to fix my slow dice.
Great, you're the reason I disconnected then.
You broke it.
I'm
Lisa
gonna have
didn't-
to drop the next half an hour, by the way.
Okay.
Lisa didn't try to steal anything and piss off an entire village.
I don't even want to touch that. You angered your wife more than you angered that village.
What? What happened?
He introduced me to Baldur's Gate today.
Oh no.
Great game.
And
Such
the
a great game.
first camp we went to,
Uh-huh.
he wanted to steal a +1 chest out of a chest. And was like, he's like, do you care if I steal this? I'm like, sure. I'm not in the vicinity. I don't care what you do. So he steals it and then brings the fight to me.
To be fair, I was trying to get far enough away to exit combat.
The whole town aggroed. He died twice.
That
We just
is
had to revert
amazing.
to our last save.
Wow.
Seriously.
I don't
Well,
think I've actually stolen anything in that game yet.
The guy sat there.
I pickpocket the hell out of it on my rogue.
The guy sat there, and in his trade list, he didn't have the item that was sitting in the cart right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I had Asterion hide, The guy immediately turned around and was like, "What are you doing?" So I was like, "Screw it," and just grabbed it. And the entire village was like, "We don't like you now."
Yep.
I can't take him anywhere.
Clearly.
All right. As the ship is rising, Nyack, you feel rain begin to fall.
Meh.
As they continue to climb above the storm. Those of you in your rooms, you do hear the sound of rain hitting the outer walls of the ship. But the sound actually it doesn't last long. So for Nyack, the air is going to start getting thinner as they're rising above the storm clouds. Are you going to try and stay up there?
Yeah.
Okay. I need a Constitution saving throw. Okay. The current DC is 11. Every hour, the DC increases by 1. If you fail, you take a point of exhaustion. You have been warned. So the air is starting to get thinner. You guys are currently, Nyack notices you guys are currently going through the cloud itself, so the air is also damp. You can feel like the thickness like a fog. And it's very, like I said, very wet because again, it is a storm cloud. You do hear thunder and lightning in the distance. You also hear the crackling of the lightning beneath the boat. As you guys continue to rise.
So that like Tesla coil thing is like rising out of the ship, right?
Correct, out of the center.
Yeah. Would like the lightning be like hitting that summon stuff or no?
No, so that actually helps. So long story short, the at the very bottom of the boat is actually an elemental that is helping power everything.
Oh, okay.
And that coil actually helps prevent the ship from getting hit by lightning.
Okay.
It acts as an insulation.
Sort of. That is not the tab I want. Neither is that. At about the 2-hour mark, a member of the crew comes over and pops their head in the door. Just want to make sure you guys are all okay. I was told to come check on you.
We're fine. This is just not something that we've encountered before. That storm, yes. Storm in a flying boat, no.
Yeah, they made the adjustments when well, we were almost attacked. It's hard to explain, but this was a few years back. We switched over. We were able to get this up and running and switched over to be able to take flight when necessary. Huge help when we're trying to get away from stuff. Apparently, we can hide in the clouds too. It's pretty cool. I try not to think about it. I just keep doing what I'm told, and things get really easy.
Very good.
I will say, if you want a really good high, pop out on the deck for about 30 minutes, and then come sit down. Whoo-wee! That lack of oxygen will hit your face. Something
That
about
is-
brain damage, something, I don't know.
That's a thought. How is the air not thin down here?
Oh,
It's the
so
same air.
it's not. It's not. We actually have double walls. So the air that you guys are getting is actually being brought is like being circulated per move. I can't explain it. But it's not. I was told something about a double wall system and pressure, and I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry,
Does
I've
that
been
mean
on deck
eventually
for a
we
while.
just run out of air?
No. How would we run out of air? We're surrounded by it.
Yes, but if you breathe, never mind. I'm sure it works in some sense.
Yes.
Thank you for the update. Do you know how long we'll be in the air?
No. Quite possibly the whole trip. I don't know. Last time we spent 7 days in the air. That was really cool.
And how do you handle meals when we are up?
Mess hall across the deck. Or downstairs, whichever one you're more comfortable with.
We need to harness. Is it safe to cross under that pillar?
I mean, you can. It's not gonna hurt. Well, I shouldn't say it's not gonna hurt.
You'll die.
You're not gonna die. There's just a lot of lightning around it. So it has this, like, I don't know, hole. Sort of. I don't know. I sat underneath it, watched my hair go straight up. It was pretty cool.
Ship can fly for so many days on end. Why do you ever sail?
Well, we look a little suspicious up in the air.
This.
And there's not floating harbors, so that's the bigger point. I don't think we have a rope long enough to reach the water from here. Although that would make that we should probably look into that. Although
I was going to say you could just, I don't know, land on land if the structure was built in a way that you had a flat bottom.
well, I imagine that the elementals that are powering this would be very upset that they didn't get time off.
That's also true, I guess. Fascinating structure, though. Never seen anything like it.
Thanks. It's the captain's design. He kind of came up with the idea, and I don't know how he made friends with some elementals or whatnot, but man's got powerful friends, I guess. So, but as long as you guys are okay, we'll probably be serving dinner here in, like, I don't know, like 2-3 hours. If you guys get hungry, you can pop on over. If you're really hungry, the galley's down in the basement, whatever, down below, and you're welcome to mix up whatever you want, I guess. Just just don't anger Kitch, man. Last time I swear he spit in the chili. Just because somebody said something he didn't like.
I would not like if he spit in my food.
Yeah, just don't anger him. That's the cook. He's really nice, but
That does not sound nice.
well, somebody said something bad about his mama. I don't know.
Everybody has their limit, no matter how nice they are.
Yeah. Anyway, I better get back out there and keep swabbing. We got to keep this sucker airtight. But if you need anything, just open the door and holler. Somebody will hear you.
Okay.
Oh, and is that bird out there yours? Is he with you? That big one that's up atop?
He is traveling with us, but he's not ours. We don't own him.
Oh,
Might
sorry.
be
It's,
Olive's.
Person.
it's really hard to tell if it's a bird or a
Bird
human
person?
bird. Yeah, bird person. That's a good good way to put it. Anyway, I can't tell from up here. I just see feathers flapping. But they might pass out soon if they keep staying out there. Or they're gonna be oxygen drunk. Or air drunk. I don't know. But just saying. And he turns and leaves.
I'll poke my head out. About how tall is this to the crow's nest?
About 40 feet.
Okay. And I can see his feathers flapping.
You would probably see like
Mentally, I reach out to Nyack since he is someone I can see within 60 feet. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly so that does not give the creature the ability to respond to me. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Nyack, we've been speaking to the crew. If you stay out too long, you die. Come in soon.
I'm gonna follow him up, and I'm just gonna point a finger up at Nyack, and Nyack hears a voice in his head. Like,
Oh my god.
don't suppose you need a hand getting down. And like the last word, you just hear like it echoing with like an almost menacing voice in the background going like down, 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 down.
Let's all talk to Nyack in his head. Yay!
The little feathered fingers that are coming up that you guys are seeing, the feathers are like flapping in the wind.
You want to go get him? And I like turn to Dante and look while I'm looking up.
Do you need help getting down? I suppose he's going to risk it. I thought he was smarter than that.
Out of curiosity, how much does Nyack weigh?
Hollow bones. So probably not very much.
Plus carry weight of inventory and such, because he's not put his stuff away yet.
with inventory. Just shy of 160.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
I am going to... Let me find this. Got to get the actual thing right, because it's Gotta work out the. I'm gonna burn. I shouldn't need to upcast this. I will just use a 4th level, and I'm gonna cast a Spirit of Death.
Uh-oh.
They have a strength of 16 and they can fly.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna use a 4th level and cast a Spirit of Death, and it's just gonna float up there. And as it gets toward Nyack, it's just gonna hold its hand out.
By the time it gets to the top, Nyack isn't there.
Has he already flown off?
I teleported down to the lower deck.
Well, it's just gonna hover and just float around the top of the crow's nest for the next hour.
What does it look like?
It's basically a Reaper spirit.
Why do we keep terrifying the people on every single ship we get onto?
It even has a scythe. Yeah, they have a strength of 16, so I was literally thinking it would be able to pick up Nyack and carry him down.
I don't have the energy for this.
Hey, at
Because-
least it's not a giant T-Rex on the deck this time.
Yeah.
Because Nyack, with his fly speed, would need help getting down.
I don't know, maybe he's having a panic attack.
From
He's a
being
bird.
And so your
The Reaper
approach,
spirit coming to get
You're-
You're
your
less terrifying.
New to him.
your approach to a creature that's potentially having a panic attack is to send a Reaper spirit after it.
Death has come for you.
Come with me if you want to live.
Your panic is completely justified. Panic more.
At an intelligence of 10, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Olive's just trying to get their bucket in a nice little position to hang nicely from the roof.
And
It'll be
nothing
just
is
fine.
hanging nicely.
So yeah, I'm just going to have it orbit round the crow's nest for the next hour, because that's how long it lasts on concentration.
Can you just not concentrate on it?
I mean, it's out there. We never know. It could be useful.
Within the first 5 minutes of it being up, you hear the screaming of the crew. We're doomed. We're cursed. Abandoned ship.
Oh, right. I just wave a hand and I'll drop the spell.
Why would you do that? No,
And
I'm
well,
just gonna sit in my room being like, what?
while
What is
they're
happening?
out messing around, Thaldrieth would notice Nyack just kind of pop into the hallway.
Probably.
I jump and
He is a bit ruffled.
I imagine he looks like a frizzled chicken.
oh, are you okay?
It was windy up there.
And Deathy.
Yeah,
Gonna
I imagine
stick
it
my
was.
head, stick my head out, and be like, "You guys all right out there? What's happening?"
Suddenly
it-
him.
I was watching out, and we went up, and we went fast, and that wind it was too much. So I teleported down here.
Yeah, you look like you need a little bit of preening.
Dante and that other guy kept talking in my head.
Oh, they can do that too.
It's enough to drive a person insane.
Yeah, are you sure you're okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. And he's kind of preening his feathers back down.
You've given him a complex.
All the while, you hear things like, we're cursed, we're gonna die, it's not safe anymore.
Somebody cast calm emotions.
Unfortunately, we don't have Linus anymore.
Run around, hit everybody with Linus.
In the arms of the angels.
Right? Like a pillow fight. Whack!
I miss having Linus. He was useful. I prefer him to the braces of I couldn't swear for about 6 months in real
That
game.
was fantastic.
Somebody's got those in this game. They will come back. You will see them again. Just, you've been warned. And you won't know that you have them. Okay.
Is this a good time for me to just drop for the night?
I'm gonna give us 6 minutes and probably call it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. All right.
I'm sorry, it's just if I wasn't having to leave early in the morning tomorrow,
You're fine. Trust me. This is probably one of my busiest weekends, so I get it.
Alright, thanks.
Brain. Okay. So Nyack is now in the lower deck. And he's taken a room. I don't know if it was somebody's or not, but it's his now. He just took it. You do hear over the course of the next couple hours, you do hear like some like shuffling and commotion on deck, people swapping in and out, stuff like that, doors opening and closing, and about the time that they anticipated, so like 2-3 hours, you do get a very fragrant aroma of dinner. And you do hear a bell somewhere on the ship ring, announcing mealtime. So it is your choice if you decide to go over to the mess hall to get food or eat a ration. That decision is up to you.
Yep.
Go ahead. You're like, I am making it over for food. The table is decked with it's a simple stew, but several pots of it, several bowls. But it's the fragrance is amazing. So that's there, and then brain. You guys will get the choice for a long rest. In the event that you do need one, that is available. We'll end here with you guys basically finishing up dinner, all that good stuff, and pick up next session in the morning. So if there's anything your character would do evening into night or over the course of the overnight period or anything like that, let me know, and we can RP that out when we get back.
And Cease, just one thing before we wrap up. Is the ship like relatively stable in the air, like a lot more so than it would be on the ocean?
Absolutely.
You see that Olive is going to give up trying to hang the bucket. He's going to open up one of the chests, put all the stuff in there in the bucket on one side, and he's just going to sleep inside the chest.
Nice.
This works. Yeah. Yeah, it's remarkably smooth. Yep. Okay. So there's all that. Again, like I said, if you think of anything, even if you think of something between now and next Saturday, that you're like, ooh, I want to RP, absolutely, we can go ahead and do that. We will have session next Saturday. The following Saturday, I will not be available. I will be in St. Louis. And then I'm clear the rest of the week. So, that does bring up a point. Are you guys still good for session next Saturday, considering Sunday is Easter?
I am.
I should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need, as long as it doesn't run like past midnight, I'm doing a whole bunch of cooking for that morning, so I just need a super early start.
No, you're good.
I'm free that Saturday, so yeah.
Okay. My hope is to start ending closer to like 11 o'clock, because my body is not doing well in less than 8 hours of sleep. So that's my goal. Trying to stick to that. So
the weekend after is the one I also definitely can't do, the 6th and 7th.
Yeah. So long story short, I'm actually going with a team of like 12 people. We're headed to St. Louis for the eclipse.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
So
Yay.
we're actually going to Little Egypt.
Oh, you told
To-
us about that.
view
I
the-
remember you
view the
mentioning
eclipse.
that now.
That's a lot more interesting than me. I'm going to pretend I'm 12 again, and I'm going to a WrestleMania watch party.
Huh.
Hit.
I
Nice.
support this.
I'm fortunate that the eclipse passes right over us.
Me too. I'm like,
yeah,
we're gonna
Ottawa
watch
gets
it
like
from our
99%
backyard.
coverage.
We're going to the point where 7 years ago the one crosses.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
that's the point that we're going to. Yeah.
The one that was 7 years ago, it was 99% right here. So I just watched it from my deck.
Yeah, I had a really good friend who lives down the street from me that came out to Portland for the eclipse.
Yeah.
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 Well,
It was 100% in Salem, but that's like an hour and a half south of me, so it just wasn't worth it for that extra last percent.
That's fair.
isn't Salem like on the other coast entirely?
No, we have the capital
There's
of
multiple Salems.
Right. Okay. I'm very confused, but all right.
A lot of people think that our capital is Portland. It's not. It's Salem.
In the
Yep.
same way they think Seattle's the capital of
Washington.
Washington.
And they think Dallas, is the
Yeah, big
capital
city
of
is not
Texas.
usually the capital city.
Yeah, Chicago is not Illinois.
Yeah.
But it's like the
Or-
well, sometimes it's the capitals of entire countries, like Canada, for example.
Oregon has a Salem where they didn't burn women to death.
That we know of.
No, instead we were just super racist for like 100 years. That was our thing instead.
That's not limited to Salem, Oregon.
It's not, but Portland actually has a history where it was founded on Gideon being far away from slaves and Black people and Native Americans. Like
Excellent.
we were.
That
very
was the
much-
whole point of the founding.
Wow.
We have like an intensely racist history until like 100 years ago.
This reminds me of like when
We're so racist we won't even enslave black people.
right. Like
It-
reminds me of like Parks and Rec when Leslie's doing the history of their town and like that horrible mural.
That is my home state, so
Oh my god.
I need to
Okay.
get some sleep. Good night, folks.
XP and we're out.
Oh,
So-
XP.
Huh? You're not getting 14,000.
15,000.
But the ship is flying.
Come on,
Yeah.
I gave like 20 people existential dread. That's way worth it.
You shortened like 20 people's lives by like a year because
Yeah,
of
that's
fear.
well
That's
worth.
not
That's
good.
well worth a few thousand.
I failed to hang a bucket.
That's worth 50.
I failed to notice things.
I'll give you 50 for that.
I survived.
Anybody else want to petition for points?
I survived the crow's nest.
All right, there's another 50.
Do I get 50 for every person whose life I reduced by a year?
No. 50 for one incident.
Okay.
All right. We'll go with 850 points.
Okay.
ooh, not set. Let's not set it to 850.
Yeah, that's really.
That
a
wouldn't work
number,
out very
but
well.
181,850. Ooh, it doesn't set right.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
All right. Like I said, if you guys think of anything you'd like to do, let me know. We're gonna try and have some fun and goof off on this deck. I don't know. Let's see what shenanigans we're gonna create here. It's gonna be good. So, yeah. So we'll see you guys next Saturday. And we'll dive in and have a good time.
Cool.
All right.
I got a pistol with the next guy. That's shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Good night.
All right, that's gonna be all for me tonight. As you heard, we will have a session next week. 2 weeks in a row. I don't know what to do. Brain just turned off. I'll be back on Tuesday and Thursday for more WoW stuff. That'll be around 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll probably be doing normal Farok and then either heroic Farok or yet another heroic re-clear. We'll see what happens with that. And then next Saturday, 8 o'clock, hopefully starting closer to 8, will be D&D. But until then, as always, thanks for coming, thanks for hanging out, and have a great night.